Happy Friday, everyone. Hopefully I've actually gone live this time. Can't really trust Restream anymore. Looking good. Looking good. How you doing, Kloss? What's good, lad? Merry Christmas. Is that a thing? Merry Christmas. Yeah, I'm trying to stick one more live in before I Frank 30, you had some bastard. Thank you, Antec. Glad to be here, man. I am I'm just gonna stick in. I'm just gonna throw in one more quick live before I head off to Asia tomorrow. Just figured I'd catch up with everyone, see how everyone's doing. Yeah, long time, man. It's been at least a week. It's felt longer. Why are you talking like it's 3 a.m.? I've got a little bit of a throat problem. I'm not deliberately being quiet. Hopefully the microphone is nice and loud. I hope everyone's well. I figured we'd have a nice little catch up. I'm still hoping to do the Sunday stream. Hopefully in a bar. That would be awesome. Frankadoodle-doo. Yeah, I'm looking forward to traveling. I haven't packed yet, but it usually takes me about an hour and a half, so it should be fine. I've got everything else prepared. I'm one of those people who overly prepares when I'm traveling. Make sure I have a certain flight ticket. I've got eSIMs prepared and money's already been currency's already been collected and all that shit. So I'm always very prepared. A little bit of a throat right before holiday. Maybe a sign of things to come. Who knows? I guess we will find out. I'm still a bit annoyed with you guys because you haven't inundated me with any questions that I can ask Slags in bars. Have you double checked Bodak didn't nick any of your shoes? I haven't. Bodak is a lovely person. He really is. The patience that he displayed the other day was next level legendary. I've got to give him a lot of credit because I would have I've actually got quite good I almost said good feet. I've actually got quite big feet, Bodak. Wink, wink. Unfortunately, those two things aren't really related. But no, I'm glad that I was saying nice things about Bodak before he turned up. And yes, Bodak is a really just what a gent. I don't know how he didn't lose patience and just smash the entire rig, to be perfectly honest. You looking for a new baby mama in Asia? No. I would never do that. Can they even speak English? I mean, fuck me, I hope so. It hasn't really stopped me before. But yes, I believe they can. I haven't actually checked it. I haven't actually looked into that. Vietnam's always been like pretty high on the list, so I'm quite like excited to get this one off the old bucket list. I don't know why. I think I've just seen certain places in Asia far too many times and I'm ready to kind of try something new. That rig was worth it. It was. I took your advice. I booted up Cyberpunk today finally. Obviously put it on fucking ultra ray tracing. It's beautiful. It's still a very shallow game. You know, I was walking up to doors trying to walk in and still getting rejected, but you know, I still think GTA is a much more deep game, but in terms of how beautiful the game is, it's spectacular. It really is. And I tried playing. This is gonna sound like trigger for like PC guys. I tried to play it on the PC, and I know that you can aim a lot more accurately with a mouse. I found it irritating, especially the driving. I was like, fuck that shit right off. So I pulled the old Xbox controller out and had a bit of a go there. It's very impressive. I will say this though, maybe I'm nitpicking a little bit, but I was doing one of the missions and I went up to a car to see my reflection and it wasn't there. There are games from like 15 years ago that could do that shit. But no, in terms of the environment, it's beautiful. There's catalogs for Asian baby mamas. I've never seen those. So I'm gonna assume you're lying, sir. Because trust me, if it's depraved and fucked up, your boy would have found out about it. If you're talking about like, I don't even think mail order brides are real. I mean, I've never looked into it, but I imagine if it was real, you'd have a situation where people would be turning up and being like, not as they appear, and you just get some kind of frumpy chick who you have to awkwardly get rid of and then realize you can't. How's the PC running, Franks? Beautifully. I had some issues with the monitor, so I had to box it up. I know you Americans are familiar with UPS. The fuckers didn't come and pick it up today, so I'm very irritated about that. And because I'm flying tomorrow, it may end up sitting in my house for the next 2 weeks, but it is what it is. It is what it is. The self-reflection not being in Cyberpunk is a bit shit, to be fair. I mean, it's just straight up amateur, sir. But I imagine they'd have to go through so many. The reason why I found it a bit fucked is because it was in like a mission. So surely they could have bothered with like areas that they know you're definitely going to traverse. If it was against some random shop window, I might be like, right. But no, it is a beautiful game. Like the characters look ultra realistic. I like it. I like it. Mail order brides are 10,000% real. I was stationed with a guy who fell for it twice. How do you fall for it? What do you mean? So he did it once and then like paid and then nobody turned up and then did it again? Or he fell for it as in like two of the most downtrodden, ugly bitches turned up in his house and he had a meltdown? Because me personally, if I ever went down that route and then like an uggo turned up, I'm paying for the flight back. And that's actually a nice thing to do. Park gonna check Taira's Korean status with that check hook. Can't have frauds in the rankings. They're both Japanese, sir. I don't think that's gonna happen. I happen to think Tatsuro Taira is very, very good, but I also think the odds shouldn't be this wide. I think Park is obviously he's never been beaten. He's a short, stocky little son of a bitch. He might do a good job. I just think Taira's gonna be a champion. I feel at some point. Hopefully, I'm not gonna end up eating those words in the very near future. But yeah, I'm going with Taira to win. I think he'll get I think Park's Korean and I think Taira and I know Taira's Japanese. Rumors of 2 fights cancelled tomorrow. Gore and Vieira, Bunez and Estevam. I mean, fuck me, that would shoot in the face an already dog shit card. And considering I've got money on one of those fights, that's gonna really take the jam out of my donut. He got a mail order bride. They were married for a few years. She got her citizenship, divorced him, and took off his shit. Then he did the same thing again. Then he fucking deserves it, sir. He fucking deserves it. He better have got fucking 2 years of an absolute smashing fest for that, though. I mean, we remember golden rule, Frankie's golden rule number 1: don't marry broke bitches. I mean, don't get married in general, but if you're gonna do it, marry somebody richer than you, motherfuckers. Let's not be silly now. Frankie, is it true that Asians smell a bit fishy due to the diet? Absolutely untrue. And I realize you've led me into a trap there, but I'm not against scuba diving. I'm quite a scuba diving enthusiast. I consider it an art form. How does Mr. Yellow Fever get them mixed up? I mean, they're all. I'm not going to leave that one on the table. Yeah, Park is Korean. I thought so, and Taira is Japanese. Fermented fish sauces and that, nah. But I will say this though, like obviously people obviously give off odors based on what they eat. It's obviously the most common way. But I've never noticed anything disgusting in that way. So no. I think I don't want to say anything too outlandish here, but I think they have the best packages down there. And the fact that I've said packages is even more suspicious, but you know what I'm saying. Oh yeah, that fool 100% deserved it. 100%. It's like what I say with you about fucking around with black girls. I'm not saying there aren't some nice ones out there, but you're gonna get fucking stabbed one day. Whereas a white girl will take the rolling pin to your head. There's levels. So before anyone tries to rail on me for being racist, I'm just saying all women are fucked up. You just have to pick the ones that have the least brutal weaponry on hand. That's all I'm saying. I love this channel. It's the only place I can lurk freely. Thank you, Gio. I mean, thank you, David Panda. I appreciate having you here, sir. Much love. When I lived in Japan, a lot of people stunk. That's surprising to me because the Japanese are very clean people by and large. I heard they come delivered with protective plastic. That's how I fucking imagined it. By the way, Bodak, fuck you. First bid turned down. I'm holding out hope. I hope we let the cunt rot into the reserves for the next 3 years. Fuck him. I just got here and Frankie's talking about the best packages. It always seems like my fault. It's not. People bring this shit up. Black women smell great, but still, no, they don't. No, they don't. I mean, not all of them. Some of them, I'm sure, do. But that is fucking an outrageous thing to say. I was with 2 black girls in my entire life, and it was 50-50. I'll put it that way. Yeah, that's just a straight up lie. But you got to remember, yeah, Kloss is like the ultimate black woman glazer. I'd like to point out I've got nothing against races of people, apart from one race, but I'm not going to get into that. It's not black people. And my comment is more towards women in general. There's a lot of hang-ups that you have to deal with when you're dating a black woman. Because first of all, they're obviously dealing with the issues of, oh, I'm black, I'm not getting treated a certain way. And then they're also a woman and they're not getting treated a certain way. So it's like double neuroses. Do you know what I mean? And then one of my favorite black people turns up in the chat. Antoine, I'm very sorry, sir, but you know me. I don't mean it in an offensive way. Koreans are anti-deodorant. I don't use deodorant. And I always smell fucking beautiful, sir. I think deodorant's a myth. I think if you use it, you end up depending on it. And it also does horrible things to your skin, like aging it. I mean, look at me. You need to take my advice in every way, shape, or form. I was looking forward to hearing from you on Jax on Thursday, but I assume you didn't have the time. But we definitely need to get that video done. Latino women smell good. Latino women is one area that I've never really had the experience to sample. I've never been with a Latino. I want my kids to look like Wellmaker and Van. Well, depending on where you're from, that could be quite an interesting one. I'll put it that way. Okinawa, were you in the military class? I don't think you were in the military, were you? No, he's a UFC fighter. He almost beat John Jones. Deodorant is required of you. Do a trade. I'm just generally not a sweaty, stinky person. My natural aroma is, and I've had people that hate me, that women especially who have grown to hate me down the years, and they still can't fuck with me. Like they can say they'll come out with certain things, but they can never say you were a stinker. If I don't use it, I smell like shit. But yeah, aluminum is bad. How you doing, Northwest? By the way, if anyone here is feeling generous this evening, first of all, subscribe to Northwest, and also send the guy some money. I understand he's got a job hooked up, and needs some stuff to get him on his way. So like things that you'd need for a job, like appropriate clothing and footwear and stuff. So help your boy get a start because it could get him out of being homeless in the foreseeable future. So that would be very, very much appreciated. Work crushed me this week. I shot you a text though. We'll connect ASAP. I'm down. I haven't researched it. I'm just gonna go off. You were in the military for 4. No, you're a UFC fighter. You're a UFC fighter. Klaus, where was the best city? Osaka is amazing. And I've been to Hokkaido as well. But Hokkaido is just beautiful. Osaka was unbelievable. So clean. And again, it's not like I haven't been to Tokyo, but it's not like, overly crowded and technological and all that shit. So Osaka is somewhere where when I was there, I stayed there for about 2 weeks. I was like, I could live here. It's fucking awesome. And I said this on a previous stream, but like Japanese people are very falsely polite. It's beautiful. And then behind your back, they call you a cunt. You train. I don't really train. I mean, I do like, I still work out and stuff, but I don't train in martial arts anymore. Um, I used to train in judo of all things. And I did a bit of wrestling and stuff growing up as well. So I'm a very unconventional UK style aggressive person. But I'm going to make sure that my next project, my son, is going to be fully schooled in all the right martial arts. He's already got off to a cracking start. Kyoto is part of Osaka. I wasn't even sure about it. I didn't even know that. I'm horrible with stuff like that. Like, I'll go places and they'll say, "Oh yeah, have you been to this such and such?" And I'll be like, "No." And then turns out I have. I just didn't know the street name or the area name, or I don't really take time to delve too deep into things. How you doing, Tone? Good to see you, brother. Always a welcome member of the chat. Good to have you here. UK wrestling nowadays, though, right? Has wrestling. It does. It kind of does, but it's still not easy to find gyms, I would say. I mean, the UK has MMA gyms, and they've got like taekwondo and all the out of the gay shit. Like they've got karate. They've got all that stuff. Judo is number one. I found it's very useful in helping me positionally. I think it's a very good. I think it's a very good form of defense in terms of using somebody's like weight and strength against them. Because if you're really good at judo and somebody bigger and stronger than you comes at you incorrect, they're gonna end up on their back before they know it, and then you can road runner. You know. But I've always been very. I would have probably preferred to go down the boxing route, but there was a friend of mine who knocked out somebody in the street once, and the guy fell and hit his head on the curb and died. So I was like, I don't want that to be me. So I usually don't. If I'm gonna get into a fight, I would prefer to just take somebody down and try and just strangle the shit out of them. Frankie, you are very self-aware. I find it's the best place to be. Nobody glazes like, well, I don't glaze myself, I'll put it this way. Frankie, would you consider death sentence a fighter? Absolutely not. I swear to, I'm not even playing. I have better stand up than death sentence. I can only imagine how, because I did see that fight he had recently. He did very well to take the back, and fair enough. I mean, it's not that hard against somebody who's untrained. But the fucking strikes he was throwing were literally, my son has more. He can throw a straight better than this cunt. He's terrible. He's dog shit. I don't know how he's ever won a fight. The fact he's ever won a fight is fucking embarrassing, mate. What's up, Frankie boy? How you doing, Shorty? What's good, man? I was just telling the boys here, I'm doing one final stream before I head off tomorrow. But I am hoping to be back on time for Sunday so that I can do a live stream, hopefully from some degenerate fucked up bar. I've got all the equipment ready. And I say by the equipment, I mean outside microphones. And we'll see how good. I'm getting flamed in DJ's threads for saying he isn't. He's shit. He's fucking shit. If he challenged me, and I'm not hard as nails by any means. If he challenged me to a stand-up fight and he couldn't wrestle with me, I would batter him. I would batter the cunt. He's already shown he's allergic to white boys anyway. Frankie, how many trips to Asia would it take to cure his racism? Whose racism? Oh, JVD's racism. Just the one. JVD's not really racist. He's just he's a nationalist. He's a bit racist sometimes. Or he sometimes comes out with racist rhetoric. I don't think yeah, that 1-2 stuff was embarrassing, mate. So embarrassing. What are we doing here? What do we ever do here, to be fair? We're here to fucking chat shit. That's literally the sole purpose. Subscribe to Northwest channel. Like I said, a homeless gentleman. If you're feeling charitable, literally, he's a good fucking lad. And even if a couple of you throw a few bucks together, it's made his evening. And I don't want to play on your like morals or anything, but it's a couple bucks. Hello, Frank. Ready for your trip? I'm ready in the sense that I've got everything on the outside done, but I haven't packed yet. But I've got it down to such a sweet science that I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it done. Hello, bro, from Pakistan. Just subscribe to your channel. Shout out to you, sir. I've got loads of Pakistani friends. Shout out to Pakistan. I do love Pakistani people. And I will say this as well. Fuck India. Right, bro? Apologies to any Indians in the chat. I didn't mean it. I sub North. Nice one. What should this card even be tomorrow even be happening? If those two fights confirm to be cancelled, then no. I'm gonna see if let's have a look at my parlay and see if they've I can still cash out. Is everyone wait? No, actually I didn't bet on any of those. Oh no, I did. I got Rodolfo Vieira. I've got Rodolfo. So is the Rodolfo Vieira fight definitely off? Are we sure about that? I can't say for sure whether India is a dump or not. But what I can say is that I can't say for sure whether India's a dump or not because I've never been there. I can say that by the sounds of it, it's not really for me because it just sounds very overcrowded and busy and shit. But yeah, shout out to you, Swati. Big ups. Wow, I'm from India. David Panda, you're not from India. You're from Italy. Did you see Connor in the testing pool again? I imagine, yeah, when he gives a sample, it's just gonna fucking melt through the dish. That guy is never gonna pass the test again in his life. Not that they will acknowledge it. David Panda, is it a dump? Yes or no? I would say, yeah, from what I've heard, India is just very overcrowded, and apparently, I'm saying this like this, yeah. I'm saying it this way, right? I have a friend who's I don't let me be clear here, yeah. I'm not racist towards Indian people, people of Indian ethnicity. I am prejudiced against freshies that come over and have a culture clash with us. And people who have been on this channel for a very, very long time, they'll know that my hatred comes from something very quintessentially British, and that's Indians don't like fucking queuing. I'll be in a queue for 2 hours, and some Indian cunt will try and get his way to the front, and it pisses me off. So it's more of a cultural thing that the color of your skin, or things of that, physical things of that variety. It's more like a culture clash. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling now. Bro, what's your prediction on Hamzat versus DDP? I've always ridden with DDP. I spoke to DDP on the phone like a long time ago because one of my ex-colleagues is like a high school friend of his, and just before he fought his second fight in the UFC, I was like, "Oh man, can you get me like an interview of him?" Or and he's like, "I see what I can do." And he was on the phone with the guy one day at the bar, and I just said, "Oh, let me say hi," and that was about it. I just shouted stuff, "Oh, you're the man," and basically dick sucking to the extreme. But that was it. So I've always rode with DDP from the beginning. And I think he gets out of the first round and then Hamzat gasses horribly and then gets dragged into deep water and drowned. So I'm going with DDP. And I think he finishes him fourth round. That's what I'm going to go with. I think he beats him up I think he starts taking over midway through round 2 and then pretty much batters his ass up until round 4. Indian food is goat. I do like Indian food. Apparently, Pakistani food is it's quite similar as well. It's quite similar. Are we sure that Rodolfo Vieira is out? Because I need to cash out this parlay now. Who wins death sentence versus CM Punk? CM Punk 100%. CM Punk 100. Did you see the way he was swinging punches? He is dog shit. He's not a fighter. I don't know how he's managed to beat anyone. I almost said eat there. I don't know why. I don't know how he's managed to beat anyone. He's shit. And I mean it. I really, really mean it. Kloss, do you at least agree that BJJ is a little culty? It kind of is. Frankie, bro, these Indian people move hate and then blame us that Pakistanis are terrorists. But man, we love everybody. Either Christian, we are. I mean, every Pakistani guy I've met has been nothing but sound. Like very family orientated. And the problem is, yeah, that Pakistanis in England and in America, they often get grouped together with Indians. They're very, very different people. The thing that pisses me off about Indians, yeah, is they don't know how to fucking queue up, and they are insanely arrogant people. Insanely arrogant. I can't wait for that fight. Me too. I've realized as well, yeah, I'm gonna be back like for that card. I believe I'm just gonna be back for that card. I'm flying in the day before. I cannot wait. Or I might be there when the card's on. I can't remember which one it is. But you're damn right your boy's gonna watch it. And if I'm in Vietnam at the time, your boy's gonna live stream it as well. Maybe I can get some like strippers dancing in the background. How you doing, Pedron Q? I haven't seen you in here for a little bit. I've definitely seen you around. I don't know if it's in here or not. Hope you're well, sir. I am now only 20 subs away from 1.2k. Only 20 subs. So show your boy some fucking love, yeah? 20 subs away. Karate Combat set up an Indian versus Pakistani guy, and the comment section was a war zone. Of course it was. There is genuine hatred there. Genuine. It's like an underrated beef, Pakistan and India. Because it's more like vitrionic than it is like. I mean, there's been some brutal shit between the nations for sure, but it's descended into more like passive aggressive hatred, which is way more funny to me. Antek, I don't want to dox myself, but I trained with some UFC pros and pros champions of other promotions. Who did you train with, bro? That sounds fucking exceptional. Caravaggio, you won't dox yourself. You never know these days, man. On the internet, it's so fucking easy. You see that Omegle guy showed an Indian dude deodorant on stream. He said, "It's so you smell clean." Fool said, "No, I don't need it." Shake my head, nasty motherfuckers. Well, bro, I don't like deodorant as well. Yeah, I just believe in showering twice a day and not being a stinky cunt. I think I can tell you from experience, yeah, if you've got a nice natural aroma, there's nothing like it for the females. The last thing you want to spend, deodorant does not smell good. Bro, you look like Cara Francis, like an MMA fight. I've never heard that one before. I've lost a lot of weight recently as well, though, so I look a little bit like drawn in. I do look like a crackhead, I'll be honest. Yes, sir. American training in Florida under Walter Barros. You're sounding more and more like Dominic, the real Dominic Reyes every day, mate. And what makes it funny is, yeah, you cannot see how like him you are. Or maybe you can and you're just joking. Caravaggio, it's a bowl clip. I'll tell you something, yeah. It's oh yeah, remember Shotty, yeah. If you're gonna get the Frankie Law correct, yeah, remember the KFC girl was a Kenyan and she tried to keep her KFC hat on. Lane, the new PC is exceptional. However, I had some issues with the monitor. So I had to box that bitch up again, and I'm gonna order another one. To be honest, yeah, I was a little bit annoyed, but I didn't realize at the time because I just blindly asked Bodak to tell me whatever to order. If he told me to order a fucking live chicken, I probably would have done it. But when the monitor turned up, it wasn't curved, and I was like, And then he goes to me, "Hey man, you didn't get a curved monitor." And I looked at him like, "Bro, you fucking ordered this shit. You sent me the list." I didn't say it, but I was thinking it. But then, like, the more I was looking at it, I was like, it doesn't feel right. So, oh yeah, you shagged her with the KFC's hat still on. I didn't shag her with the hat still on, but I saw it in the hat, and that was the end of the road for me. I told you I got one more smash in. It wasn't like I saw her in the hat and was like, "Oh, you need to leave." But I was like, "All right, fine. We'll do one more round, one for the road." I didn't say this to her face, obviously. And then Block, delete. Antec, UK MMA is a small world. Put it this way. I said hello to Dom Cruz on FaceTime once, but that's all you're getting. Okay. That does narrow things down like a skosh. Wait, can you see emojis now? Yeah, what I've done is I've opened up my account on an iPad so I can see it. I'm a fucking problem solver. Your boy's a problem solver. I've got to stop videoing myself in 1080p though, because fuck me, I'm looking older these days, man. This diet I've been on, I've literally lost like 8 kilograms in the last 4 weeks. And I wasn't that huge to begin with. So like, yeah. What, my deodorant is exceptional? No, it's not, sir. No, it's not. Deodorant is very generic. What you need, yeah, I'll be real with you. If you're using like a good like shower gel or whatever, and I use a very expensive shower gel, of course I do. But like, if you find the right shower gel that works for you, that shit should run you throughout the whole day. None of you fuckers are running up mountains and chasing bears and shit. You should be able to get through the day not smelling like a fucking piece of shit. No, I've been doing a water-only diet. So what? Well, not quite. So what I've been doing for the last 3 weeks, I've done 2 days no eating, only having water, then 1 day where I have 1 meal, and then I keep repeating that. So I've been doing that for 4 weeks, and I lost 8 kilograms. I'm ready for the beach, motherfucker. I've got one of those because I don't really like doing ab exercises. I kind of have to really drain myself to get a bit more shredded looking. I think those days are over. Like I'm nice and flat again. Titties are popping. I'm ready to fucking Frankie. If you didn't use deodorant, huh? If I didn't use deodorant as a Florida electrician, I'd smell like a corpse. Well, basically, like, I mean, I know Florida's fucking hot. I know you'd sweat, but I don't really smell. I'm just not a smelly cunt. I'll be real. I think if you sweat and you smell, you need to lose some fucking weight, mate. You've got some excess body fat that you shouldn't have. Basically, fasting. That's it. Yeah. So I do 2 days on, 2 days, and on the day that I do eat, I only eat once, and I don't eat anything unhealthy. So like, I've cut everything out of my diet. Like bread. Bread was a. I know that sounds like something like not a big deal. Bread was a hard one for me because I eat a lot. Us Brits here, we eat a lot of stuff with bread. You know, no more burgers, no more like hot dogs, nothing like that. I've cut everything out. I'm old now, man. I need to start looking after myself. If I showered daily, I might not need it, but that's not really an option for me, unfortunately. And a hotel is $190. Mate, fucking America's mad. At least you're not in fucking Dublin, yeah, where it's like $400 and 400 euros a night for an absolute shithole. You fast for 48 hours. Yeah, I've done 48-hour fasts for like, but I do it like every. So I do 48 hours off, then I have 1 day where I have 1 meal, then I do another 48 hours and just. But my record is I've done 18 days in a row with no eating. I know it sounds mad, but like once you get past the first like 2 days, your stomach starts to shrink and you start getting little like energy pops. The toxins start coming out your body. You start feeling great. Imagine how bad MMA Joey smells. I reckon he smells like a fucking landfill. If you ever come to Florida and don't wear deodorant, you'll see. I challenge accepted. Frankie, work is over for 2 days. Congratulations, Chrissy. Can somebody fucking confirm for me if Rodolfo Vieira's fight is called off? Because I've still got the full cash out on this bet, and I might just need to cash out now and realign myself. Picking Dricus over Chimaev does not sound right. Of course you would side with Chimaev because you've got an ulterior motive, mate. You will pick any Muslim fighter over any non-Muslim fighter. So your opinion is null and void, mate. But shout out to you, Vinny. Hope you're well, mate. Super. He's the best looking MMA YouTuber according to him and his fat ass wife. Vinny's alive. How disappointing. MMA Joey is an objectively ugly fat cunt. But what pisses me off more is what's inside of him. His opinions are dog shit, and he's an idiot. I've never liked him. Northwest, I was homeless in Spain for 4 weeks. I just did a gypsy wash in public toilets. That's how you got to roll. You got to get creative. I mean, I grew up like poor, but I was never homeless, so I don't even know why I'm trying to give you advice. What, by the way, Northie, what's the job you've got lined up? Just out of curiosity. And congratulations on sorting something out, by the way. Marcel hasn't tweeted anything, so I don't believe it. Okay, I'm gonna hold firm for now. I'm gonna hold firm and keep it cracking because I think that I've got a parlay that's destined to cash. I've been on the winning streak of a lifetime recently. I've even started like betting on. The other day, I put like £5 on like 10 soccer matches to either win, draw, or blah blah blah, and made 600 quid. I just chucked it on as a joke. Went to bed, woke up, 600 quid there. So everything I touch is just going well at the moment. So I think this parlay is gonna land like a motherfucker. Andy B, how's it going, brother? Shout out to you, sir. DDP is going to teach Hamzat some humility. I believe so as well. Hamzat is another person who deserves to be steamrolled. After all the times he's pulled out, lost to a fucking a bug. Let's call it what it is. Take it easy, Leandro. Good to have you here, bro. What's your parlay? I've got Vieira, Vallejos, Zaleski dos Santos, and Mateus Rebecki. That's Frankie's golden parlay for this weekend. It cannot fail. Just need a private bathroom with a lock, because if not, people can walk in, and that's not good. Bro, sometimes you got to rock out of your cock out. It is what it is. But yeah, that's my parlay. And I've got a little cheeky one on PFL tonight. I'm testing, not PFL, one. Maybe it's PFL. Nothing now, Frankie. I missed the start date, but it was something to do with food. Nice one, man. Well, if you've I'm sure that'll be a boost of your confidence finding something, and I'm sure that something else will line up. Just keep plugging away, man. Never give up. They do have open showers in Spain. My landscape gardener makes at least 20K a year from footy. I mean, Giuliano swears to God, yeah, that football's the best thing to bet on. It hasn't been in my experience, and I know a lot about football. I probably know more about football than I do about MMA, which isn't saying much. I've always found it to be like a very difficult thing to gamble on. I just have. I just realized I'm sticking my chin in the camera. Like, what am I doing? I need to sit back and chill. I'm with the boys. I need to relax. Chris Duncan is a massive price. He's very, very tempting. He's very tempting. I think, and he's not a good one to bet against. But I think Rebecca's really good, and he's going to beat him up. Puliev will win. Puliev is fighting. Let me just double check. He's an underdog as far as I remember. I can't remember off the top of my head who he's fighting. Puliev is fighting. Hang on. Who the fuck? Oh, he's fighting Nick Klein. Yeah, Nick Klein sucks. That's a guaranteed. Where's your fancy new mic, Frank? It's right here. I've confirmed that it works. I mean, look how handy that is as well. Actually, this isn't it. No, sorry, my bad. It's this. I thought it felt kind of small. It's this one. Again, it was another recommendation of Bodak's. It's Rode. It cost about $140 or something. And from what you guys told me on Wednesday, the sound quality is pretty fucking good. You couldn't tell the difference between that and this one, which holds me in good stead. So I'm looking forward to cracking it out in the wild and seeing how we do. And the battery life looks pretty good on it as well. I'm as ready for this trip as I've ever been for any trip. I bought 2 power banks of me. I've got like the eSIM sorted out. I've got the cash sorted out. I've got where I'm staying sorted out. I've got the taxi taking me to where I am sorted out. everything is sorted. I even did like the online check-in, pick my seats, and I did the customs check-in as well. So I've got the little barcode. I'm ready to fucking rumble because I get very agitated when I'm at airports. I found myself betting on some pretty obscure soccer leagues this week. Been a very slow week for betting. It has been, but like I said, I've just been throwing a couple quid to the wind, like, and just seeing where it lands, and it's been very good for me. But I can honestly say that unless you're deep in the game and you're willing to be patient, it's not profitable. I'm going to Vietnam, Caravaggio. I'm going to Nam, baby. I'm going to the Nam. It's been on my list for a little while because I've planted my flag in quite a few Asian countries. Obviously, you all know I lived in China for a bit. Um, I've been to Japan, lived in Hong Kong, been to Korea, been to Thailand, been to the Philippines, been to Indonesia. So I've been to quite a few places, but I've never been to Vietnam. So it felt necessary. It felt necessary. Chelsea, the best team in the world. No, they're not. I fucking hate Chelsea. But the thing is, yeah, I used to be very tolerant of Liverpool, and now they're trying to jack Isaac off us for nothing. I hate them now too. So I don't really have a second team anymore. Have you ever been to Cambodia? No, are you asking if I'm a nonce? I've never been to Cambodia. Cambodia is a very suspicious place to go to. You don't want that. You don't want that stamp on your passport. That's not one to have. You might as well just admit to being to fucking little boys if you go to Cambodia. That's my feeling on the matter. Thought I'd pop up at the last minute and tell you hello. How you doing, Crystal? I'm gonna be hanging around for a little bit, I guess. I don't know how long, but I am gonna be live from there, Andy. I did a live in Manila like a while ago, and it went like pretty well. I don't know if you boys remember this, but I was sat at the bar for like 5 minutes, and this girl came up to me and she didn't realize that I was filming, and she said very loudly and clearly into the microphone, uh, "Come with me, I want to have fun," or some shit like that. And then I told her I told her I was on the phone to my mom, and her face went really red, and then she kind of like scurried away. Vietnam, you're always traveling somewhere. Yeah, whenever I've got time off, I've been doing a little bit less lately because now I'm back working. But when I was off work, like there was a few times this year, sorry, last year, 4 or 5 times where I was just like, I'm fucking bored, man. I just feel like, and then the next day I just fuck it, I'm going to Manila or I'm going to Bangkok and that was nice, but I needed to get my feet back down on the ground again because I was heading down a dark path. But yeah, I'm hoping Vietnam will be awesome. I'm meeting basically the reason why Vietnam got chosen is because I met like some of my boys there. I'm meeting we had like a little vote of where we would go. Um and they almost picked Thailand again. And I was like, fucking hell, I don't really want to go back there this time because I love Thailand, it's amazing. But I've been there like 30 times. And I'm like, do you know what? I wouldn't mind going somewhere new. And then I've started planting little seeds in their brains, and then eventually we landed on Vietnam. We never did get to do the mushrooming with confidence live stream. I mean, Crystal, to be fair, I'm already weighing up the possibility of starting in Vietnam and then jumping somewhere else. But I need a line of questioning. I need like, and also, yeah, what I've realized as well, the difficult thing about that is a lot of bars in places like that are either strictly ladyboy bars, which I don't want to go anywhere near, as much as you fuckers want to joke about it. And there's obviously bars where all the girls are. I'm sure there's a couple that slip in and out. Um, and I genuinely think if I do it walking the street, we've seen what's happened to the likes of what's his face, that Russian cunt. If you fuck around in those countries, man, you find out. Because I was saying this on the last stream. If you go to an Asian country and you're there to have good, clean fun, they'll love you, party, blah blah blah. But as soon as you start getting disrespectful, you get your ass fucked up and robbed. And I don't really know, man. I don't really want that. I don't really want to have that experience. Always start off with the question, "What do you consider a woman?" I think that could be a very neutral question. I could start off with. He fucked up, isn't he? Facing like, oh, you mean Vitali, whatever his name is. I don't think he's gonna get 30. Because ultimately, what he did like wasn't that bad. But the thing is that even if he gets out tomorrow, his life has irrefutably changed. He's been like 6 months in like a Filipino jail, and I'm telling you, he has not had a good time. Not in any way, shape, or form. They are making sure he suffers the full extent of the law. I reckon he ends up doing. I reckon he ends up doing something like 2 to 5 years, and it will probably be 2 years before his trial even gets seen. So, as we said on the last stream, just be careful. Those Filipino prisons are horrible. They are. They are. It's how you imagine them in, like, you know, those like, well, it's like a movie, innit? It's like a movie. It's a cage with like 60 homies in it, no working toilet, meager rations. And like I say, you're in a prison where everyone knows you've come in and disrespected their country. So no one's going to be cool with you. There'll probably be some people sucking him off, hoping to be like, oh, if I'm cool with him, maybe when he gets out, he'll hook me up. He's in the detention center right now, and that takes 2 years before the trial. And the detention center is very similar. I heard he was moved from there, though. I don't really keep up with it too much. I know he was in the detention center for like 3 months, but I think he's been moved to an actual jail now. Because the thing is, yeah, he's going to get found guilty because obviously he documented all of it. There's going to be the only hope that he's got, yeah, is to humble himself and come up with the most groveling apology of all time. I've got to be Caravaggio. I've stayed in quite a few Hiltons. They are very overrated. They're dog shit hotels. They're overpriced and they're lacking. I've stayed in many nice hotels. And that's not a brag, it's just the truth. Hiltons don't even register for me. I'm amazed they got that big. They are terrible establishments. Isn't Johnny Somali also fucked after his nonsense? Yeah, but the thing is of Johnny Somali is he fucked around in Japan and found out and then got kicked out. And then he went to Korea, and did the same thing. Korea's a bit more civilized. And I don't mean that in an insulting way. But Korea probably has some, the prison isn't going to be that bad. But he's looking at like 20 years for something really dumb. Apparently he made some AI thing of some famous chick there. And that's the thing that really, really pissed off. In Bangkok Hilton, I can't really remember the food. I know that you're a big foodie, Andy. I don't remember. I'll keep it real. Oh, Bangkok Hilton is of course it is. The Bangkok Hilton, that's what they call it. I mean, like I said, fortunately, I've never seen it. But like I said, I lived in China for 7 years, and I had 1 or 2 brushes of the Lord there where I got into a few fights. I've heard Chinese prisons are dog shit as well. And there's none of this sitting around, here's your trial, let's present the evidence. It's you go in, you plead your case for about 2 minutes, the judge decides if you're a cunt or not, and off you go. And then usually they do think you're a cunt, and off you go. You ever been to extended stay? They are pretty nice and the same price as a shit. I've never been to an extended stay. Nah, I have not. I can't tell you off the top of my head what hotels that I've been to, but I take pictures of everywhere that I go. So next time I come on, I'll go over the old reel because that's the helpful thing about having an iPhone. It obviously tells you where you were at the time. And I always take a picture of the outside, me standing there, looking fucking mainland China or Hong Kong. I've been to both. I lived in Hong Kong for 1.5 years and I was in mainland China for nearly 7. Hong Kong is pretty much an island city. It does. I mean, China isn't really communist anymore. It's more socialist. Really, it's capitalist. I mean, the thing is about China the only thing that's different about China that I would say that is different than America and the UK, obviously other than there's Chinese people there, is it's a fuck around and find out society. There are cameras everywhere, and if you fuck up, they will find out and they will put the hammer down on you. And like I said, during COVID, there was no fucking around. We're locking this area off. You can't leave. Suck my balls. We couldn't leave. The last 2 years that I was there, even if I wanted to leave, I wouldn't have been allowed to. Do you go to Japan? I've been to Japan once. I went there for about 3 weeks, and it was beautiful. Beautiful. Socialist is the same as communist, in my opinion. No, it's not really. There's no way you. I mean, the thing is with China, you could say there are probably villages and small towns and stuff that are very strongly communist, but their cities are pretty much. They behave exactly the same way like an American. I was actually disappointed by how similar things were when I went there. I was expecting things to be like a world apart, and they're not. They're just not. Other than you can't speak the language, people are the same, and you see the same shit. There's McDonald's everywhere, there's Starbucks everywhere, there's you can buy certain clothing brands, but it's all the same shit. Except the weather's nice, taxation is great, and the women are fine. So, do you know about that American student Otto Warmbier? I do not. Who is that? Well, North Korea is a completely different thing. North Korea is like, a fucking hellhole dictatorship. North Korea is cut off from the rest of the world. So it's a completely different thing. Those people must have genuinely the most shit lives you can imagine. North Korea is fucked up. 100%. I mean, it's to the extent where you're only allowed to have a certain type of haircut. I mean, imagine that. Stole a government poster in his North Korean hotel and got sentenced to hard labor and sent back to USA in a coma and died. This is what I'm saying. Those countries are it's fuck around and find out on the flag. And sometimes you don't even have to fuck around. Playfully dick around. You will see the hard end of a broomstick, sir. Are there tweakers and fentanyl addicts everywhere in China too? I didn't really experience any of that, but you can get drugs. I mean, from where I was, there were people who were able to get access to them. As you know, like I'm not a drug user, so it was not something that I was ever really exposed to too much. But you can get drugs out there. But again, it's a thing. Like the consequences are just different in China. Different. But I will say, I've told this story before. The one thing that I found I don't know how you guys see this, but there was a situation where I had a fight 2 different occasions. And on both occasions, I got brought to the police station and they basically said, "All right, how much are you willing to pay the guy to not press charges?" And that to me, yeah, is kind of a goated way of doing things. Obviously, if it's a serious crime, you can't murder someone and then they're like, "Right, it's going to be $1 million this time." But if you get into a little dispute where you have a little slap and you don't really injure somebody, they'd be like, "Right, we don't really want to do the paperwork. He wants $1,000 or whatever. Are you willing to pay the guy and then we can just forget that this ever happened?" So, Idaho, that's how you fucking do a soup. Idaho is the cheapest fucking cunt in the world. He fakes a super chat and it's for $2. We've said this. Sorry, bro. Net issue came now. I'm back. Welcome back, Swati. I would like to remind people, if you're not subscribed to me, do your boy a favor. I'm only 20 subs away. 20 away from 1.2K. I'm so close to making it. Help your boy make it to the top of the mountain. 1.2K. We know that my channel grows at the rate of a fucking snail's pace. I think that 1.2 would look pretty nice. What do you want to see from Kevin Villajos this Saturday? I want to see him get a thunderous KO. I've got high hopes for Kevin Villajos. I think he's very good. I've got him in my parlay. I think he's going to do well. I don't have any hate for his opponent or anything, but I just like the guy as a prospect. I think he's going to do very well. So yeah, shout out to Kevin Villajos. I'm pronouncing that wrong probably. Negative super chat. You owe Idaho Skatesman $30. Right. I'll get right on that. I only have 3K subs. It's pathetic. How dare you say that in my presence? You fucking ungrateful bastard. No Chill got 2K before you, Frankie. Yeah, he did. No Chill is very active on YouTube, though. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just somebody who occasionally comes online, talks a little bit of shit. I don't really make real content anymore. And then I take that live stream and I chop it up into shorts, and then, yeah. It was quite funny, Idaho. It was amusing. Hit the subscribe button while you hit the like button. Come on, don't be so lazy. It's only a button. It's only a fucking button. How many likes? We've got 16 likes. It's not great. I'll be honest. Fucking smash that. Smash that shit. It's okay. I don't even have 300, but they're your 300, bro. They belong to you. I've been going live for years, Frankie, so 3K is perfect. I would be over the moon with 3K. And your content's actually really good. It's niche. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I'm doing a very similar thing to like loads of people. There's nothing special about what I do. Real content is lame. You're correct. I'm lazy and I don't care. Lucas Tracy will win, but he's fucked. Win against who? You did Idaho, but you gave it to Hank. That's the thing. You had more subscribers than I do now, and you gave them away. What, am I supposed to put effort into my YouTube channel? Exactly. Why do you need the likes if you're not a YouTuber? Because I want the community to grow. So the more likes you get, the more people you get in. The reason I can say I'm not a... I know that you're trying to troll me right now, P-Drone, but consider this, okay? I could have monetized a year ago, and I haven't done so. So suck my tiny balls if you can find them. Bring a fucking telescope. You're special to me. Genuinely, no one's ever said... Really, I haven't had somebody say anything nice to me in a very, very long time. So that means a lot. Me and Hank are taking over. Vinny, if you're going to take over anything, mate, you need a new shtick. Like slamming habaneros and dabbing, is that what they call it? Is fun and all. But I think you're at your best, yeah, when you get political and you talk a little bit of shit. Because even if like some of the stuff you say I might not agree with, you're passionate about it and it's interesting. I think you need to lean into that more. Well, don't take my advice. I mean, why would you? I know it's not the real Vinny because I have him blocked. I think it might be the real, I don't know. Tiny. I'm just joking. I've got orange sized balls. That's why I'm sat so awkwardly. They're just massive. I'm actually sitting on my balls right now. Y'all got to admit, this is a good place to meet up. This is like our favorite bar. You should hit the... And that's what I'm saying. We're going to take it to a real bar very, very soon. But I need some legitimately good questions. I do. I need some good questions because there are... Let's be honest here. I'm going to go to a bar in 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. There's going to be tarts aplenty. And I need good questions to ask set tarts. And you guys are offering me nothing. Where's the game? It's not the real Vinny, just checked. God damn it. Vinny is at his best when he ends up with a mugshot. I have heard a lot about Vinny's past indiscretions. Again, it's not really I don't really dive into YouTuber nonsense. This is my other account. See, that could be a good explanation. Everyone be alting up these days. But like I said, somebody's personal stuff going on in their personal lives doesn't really. Do you think Cow is overrated? I absolutely do. I don't think he's a bad fighter, but I think he's going to lose to Imavov. I think he's going to get very badly beaten by Imavov, if I'm being real. Ask them how much prostitutes are. Yeah, I should ask that. What's the going rate for like for a smash? I could ask that without getting slapped, potentially. I can't block since Simon Mod. I can only hide you from Frankie's channel. Juice, man. How you doing, bro? Good to see you, man. Good to fucking see you. Fucking love you, Juice, man. Mods can't block non-mods. They can only hide them. Well, yeah, it seems like the second Vinny the Guinea is behaving himself, so I've got no issue with him being here. I'm growing a new pepper plant. I need us to be nice to Vinny so I can use him as a guinea pig. Lol, Vinny the Guinea. That's a perfect... You need people who are around who are willing to take the hit. You know, this is why you have more subscribers than me, Northwest. You see, Northwest keeps selling himself so short. I think Northwest is going to become a success story, 100%. I think he'll get a job, and then I think in 5 years from now, he's going to be more baller than all of us. Not that that matters, but I think he's going to sort his shit out. Not that you know what I'm saying. I think you're going to sort your situation out, is what I mean. Frank, really quick, Gene Silver or Diego Lopez? I'm going Silver. I have to go with Gene Silver as well. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be an amazing fight. I think he's going to knock him out as well. I do. It's 5 rounds, right? Please tell me that's 5 rounds. Ask them about the Vietnam War. I reckon they'd be very happy to talk about it because, I mean, they did win. I know you American pussies like to call it a draw. It was not. You ran up in their country and you got fucking dog-eat. Accept it. Embrace it. What are your thoughts on UFC BJJ2? I don't watch gay porn, sir. Nice one though. You nearly caught me out there. You nearly caught me out. Confessing to that is basically the same thing. I don't like BJJ only tournaments. I'll be real. And I think it's because that Mikey Muskemi guy just really put me off anything BJJ related. I just hate that little weasel. Silver by decision. Diego Lopez is very tough. The only thing though is if it's a 5-rounder and it gets to the 3rd round, I think betting on Diego Lopez might be a good live bet. Because Diego Lopez is very durable and he's got a tank. Bro, what's the time in England? And have you ever met Tom Aspinall and Paddy Pimblett? I have not met either of those people. It's currently nearly 10 p.m. in England. Frankie, you know I'm your boss and you made me a mod. You're my boss and I made you my mod. Absolutely, Andy. 100%. True. Ask them what their grandfathers did in the Vietnam War. Great content idea. I mean, I'm hoping that you're not trying to set me up. Bear in mind, Jay, can I ask this to females in bars? Can I ask that question? Yo, man, what did your granddads do to those stupid American pigs during the war? Tell me some funny stories. Bodak, give me your top picks so I can judge you. I've seen Bodak's AI picks this week because I follow everything that Bodak does because he's my fucking boy and he makes good content. I think you're going to have a rough time this week. Or should I say the AI picks are going to have a rough time? I don't agree with like 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, where's my money? Where's my money, Andy? If you're my boss, where's my fucking money? No, we ran up on the country and we felt bad for them, so we just kind of let the little bastards go. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. They won. Like, people often say, like, Americans often say to me that, hey, man, the Vietnamese are so welcome when Americans come over. It's because they beat your ass. That's why they're welcoming. If you fucked them up and humiliated them, they'd be hostile towards you. I've got a fighting nerd and shoot a box parlay this card. Share it with us, Lane. I'm very intrigued to know. I don't give a fuck about AI. I want his Vietnam movie picks. That's slightly different. I don't know what that means. I'm scared and confused now. Legitimately. Paddy and Ilya fight must happen. Paddy is ready, man. He's ready to knock Ilya. Paddy the baddie is going to get fucking annihilated. We don't call it a draw. What do you call it? A win then? Because that's even more delusional. You could the thing with Vietnam, you could say it was like what do you call it? A robbery. You could make the robbery claim even though it's fucking stupid. And you can go, we lost, but the judges they weren't, they were seeing the wrong things. But either way, you lost. There's no sidestepping that landmine. USA could have flattened Vietnam like Japan, but they didn't want to kill civilians. Yeah, yeah, because USA doesn't do that shit. That's another it was a bad decision excuse. You got slapped. Just keep it real. The American-British War, early stoppage. Vietnam-America War, you got slapped. Nothing hypocritical about that at all. And I'm not even British, so I don't even know why I keep defending us. America left behind a lot of bastard children in Vietnam. Genuinely very sad. I tell you what, Caravaggio, though. When you mix a white person with an Asian, they come out spectacular. So they probably did the Vietnamese a favor. A little bit of mixing is always good as well. You know, diversify the gene pool a little bit. Americans love war, but they're actually terrible at it. Americans have some of the best soldiers on earth, but it's very clear that the British have better soldiers. Americans are just are they dead? That's what you're good at. El Korea, El Vietnam, El Afghanistan. That is just the reality. I'm not American, same in Afghanistan. AI, where are you from? You're from everywhere. You're a new worldly citizen. You're a citizen of the world. They were crazy as fuck living in the tunnels for years. Gangster. It's gangster. What else were they supposed to do? They did some horrifically funny shit to you guys. I feel sorry for the soldiers that went out there because obviously they were going out there for reasons that made no sense. Full Metal Jacket, Apocalypse Now, Platoon, Casualties of War, Hamburger Hill. All fantastic movies. Apocalypse Now I had to watch a couple of times to fully get behind. Yeah, the Brits have an army. Cheddarhead, you fat scumbag. How you doing, bro? Sorry, you round scum. You round Chad. How you doing, bro? Rodolfo Brenner Parley. You're going for Brenner? I don't hate the Brenner pick. I just don't think he's as good as Ribovix. Also, we sold all our factories to overseas workers. We can't even replenish things fast enough these days. We could lose a lot of modern conflicts directly these days. I'm telling you now, yeah, America's going to make a big mistake in the next 50 years, and they're going to fuck with China. And it's going to be the biggest mistake that America's ever made. Because China been ready for that shit. They've been ready. America are full of psychopaths that are driven by caffeine fuel heat and nicotine fuel. America's on the decline. We all know it. So's the UK. Apocalypse Now is goated. Great movie. What a movie. And it went through absolute production hell as well. So the fact that it ended up getting made in the circumstances that it got made just makes it all that more amazing. I can't decide if like Marlon Brando's performance in that was like the greatest performance of all time or just coke riddled, drug and fueled nonsense. But that's the beauty of it. Can RDR become champion? No. No, he cannot. His striking's too shitty. I genuinely think a Whitaker from 2 years ago would have beat the shit out of him. In my opinion. Yeah, we got to fuck off and let China have Taiwan. 100%. Because China are going to take Hong Kong back first. That's inevitable. And then they're going to take Taiwan. And as soon as you stick your fucking beaks in, you're going to get fucking slapped like you've never been slapped before. Let them have it. Trust me, you don't want none. They are ready, and they will beat you up without flying a plane over. They will crumple your whole industry and economy. They will. Chinese hackers are on another fucking planet. Brando had the magic, genuinely talented guy. But this is what I'm saying. It's that troubled genius thing, isn't it? Marlon Brando was the fucking man, but my God, he had some issues. It's probably why he was such a genius. I would take any amount of money to push CCP propaganda, as would I. So I'm doing it right now. Shout out to the CCP. Trump makes a lot of political problems, man. They're beating Gaza people. I swear, Frankie. If you see them, man, they will cry. No flood, no water. They are dying. I'm definitely on the Palestinian side of it. But I mean, ultimately, I don't really know shit and need to shut my mouth. Like, I've looked into the history of if you look at the history of like Israel and Palestine, it goes back for centuries. And it's very, very difficult to really ascertain who was there first, which is what it all comes down to. They mask it with all this religious conflict stuff. It's not. It's not. It's just about we're here. We want this. And that's it. That's really what it comes down to. If you want to piss off a Chinese person, look at them square in the face and tell them, "Shut up, West Taiwan." I found out they get very angry. Well, the anti-communist party, I can't remember what they were called off the top of my head. KMT. The KMT people who basically lost to the Communist National Party and got driven out by them, they all went to Taiwan, and that's how Taiwan got formed. Free Tibet, free Xinjiang, free Taiwan, fuck you communist fags. China is not really communist anymore. I'm going to be real. It's all a front. Communism in its truest sense doesn't really exist in countries like that anymore that are on the global scale. I'm not reading that out AI, mostly because it will sound wrong. And the way that Pinyin is, I'll probably end up saying something extremely racist, and I'm not going to take the risk. They say their land was promised to them 4,000 years ago. I'm going to be real with you. The reason why I don't fuck with Jewish people is the same reason I don't really fuck with like freshy Indian people. It's the arrogance, man. They think they're better than everyone. What cracks me up is all the Arabs are like, the Palestinians need a place to go, just not our country either. That's 100% true. But also, there's the issue is as always, the Palestinians don't really want to leave, and rightfully so. They got given their land back, and it was only a small portion of it, and they seem to be somewhat content with that. But now, the Jews are like, nah, we want it all back, and that's what this all boils down to. Taiwan and Tibet took fat L's and should just be under Chinese control, little bro. I agree. Tibet's quite nice as well, though. I mean, Tibet, there's nothing really to take there. Cuba's a place that I really need to go to. Thank you, Tone K, for subbing to the boys. I appreciate you. What do you mean free Taiwan? Taiwan is slowly taking over China. We just got to sit back and watch the peep show unfold. I mean, you're kind of right, yeah. In terms of like what the country's ethos is, I would say that the country, China's become more like Taiwan than Taiwan's leaned more into being communist. I genuinely don't think that China can be considered a communist state in any way, shape, or form these days. It just doesn't operate that way. Any thoughts on the main event? I think Tatsuro Taira is going to win, but I think he's going to have to face some diversity to win. So I'm going for Tatsuro Taira. I was high on him from the beginning. Would you go to North Korea, Frankie? I've got no behavior. I don't think that would be a good idea for me. I'd end up getting jailed. You got to watch the documentary on Francis Ford Coppola narrated by his wife and the making of Apocalypse Now, just as good as the movie. I haven't seen exactly that, but I have seen a lot of documentaries on Coppola, and it's the way that movie was made is genuinely an achievement in itself, because so much shit went wrong for that movie. I believe that Apocalypse Now was actually filmed in the Philippines, if I'm correct. How you doing, Ty? I know it's good, man. We're clinging on to Isak by the ball, so we might make it. We might fucking make it. Although at the same time, if he doesn't get sold, we're kind of fucked anyway. So we just need some signings, Tyno. Aaron fucking Ramsdale, who gives a shit? But shout out to you, son. Shout out to Tyno. Give the guy a sub. Big football channel. Amazing dude. Show the guy some fucking love. It's only a sub. Check him out. He's got really good content. I'm out. Take it easy, Andy B. Good to see you as always. Hope you're well. I don't know why I did that. Taiwan was run by KMT, who were the sworn enemies of the commies. But ironically, the KMT faction are pro-Chinese. That's exactly what I said. Because the woman who's the mother of my children was KMT. Her father was like, he owned like factories and shit back in the day and just had loads of shit taken from him. R.I.P. Diogo Jota, 100%. I saw a video of him recently having the Diogo Jota song by the fans played to him and how emotional he was about it. It's just the whole thing's sad, man. I'm still kind of shocked by all that. Isak is going to love playing with Wirtz and Salah. Fuck you, Bodak. Bodak had the audacity to roll up to my gaff the other day wearing a fucking Liverpool sweatshirt. Like he didn't know what he was doing. I should have fucking if you were like my size, I would have fucking chucked you into the lake. But unfortunately, you are significantly taller and broader than me, so I just had to politely permit it. I did call you a cunt though, so that felt somewhat like enough. But again, shout out to you, bro. Bodak, I owe you a fucking big one. And if you're not subscribed to the Bodak show, get the fuck over there as well. Holy shit, Frankie, your ex-missus was part of the KMT. Nah, her parents were. Basically, if you were wealthy, you did not want communism to come in. You didn't. But yeah, they're like, I don't know if they were part of the KMT party, but they were definitely KMT affiliates. Because if you're rich, the last thing you wanted was communism to come along and take all your shit, right? So I think it was more of a, I want to keep my shit. So what they started doing, and I know this on Good Authority, is they started like burying gold bars in like gardens and shit. Yeah, Bodak, did you happen to have any problem on the toilet the last few days? Because I got my own back with some of those snacks I delivered. You scouse scumbag. Tone, if you do not mind me asking, when are you going to get to start putting out some fucking content, Tone? I say everybody should subscribe to that son of a... Tone K has a channel. Of course he does. Subscribe to Tone K. Here's Tone K being a generous soul and subscribing to everyone. And I know that I am subscribed to you, Tone K. I know that I am. Because I'm pretty sure this came up in conversation before and I subscribed to you. But I haven't seen any videos yet. And I want to see them. Frankie and Bodak is a sick kickboxing card in about 6 hours that will go on for quite a while. You should watch or you're gay. I would love to watch it. However, I am flying tomorrow morning and I need to get a decent amount of sleep tonight. A decent. I mean, I could do the intelligent thing and stay awake until morning, get on the plane and then fall asleep then. But I've got a secret weapon. I'm bringing my Switch 2 along with me and I'm going to the fuck out of Stardew Valley and hopefully that will get me through the plane journey, which is why I bought another power bank as well, because Switch lasts about 2 hours. And in a civil war situation, you don't really get to pick a side. It's predetermined. I completely agree. So they were on the side of the KMT is what I'm saying. I don't know what I want to, I don't know what content I want to do. Tone, you can do anything you're interested in. You can do multiple things. You don't have to brand yourself in one way. I'm going to Vietnam. I'm going to Nam. I'm going to Nam. I'm going to Nam. Sorry, it's in 7 hours. Yeah, for me, that'll be 5 o'clock in the morning. Maybe I'll wake up early enough to get that done. I'll see how it goes. I'll see how it goes. But yeah, can you imagine if the South won the US Civil War? Imagine. The whole world would be different. But yeah, shout out to can somebody put a link for Tone K's channel in the fucking chat, please? If you haven't already. It's Chrissy, is that you? Let me have a look here. Yes, let's get a sub to you there again. Shout out to Tone K. So once you've got up to like 50 subscribers or whatever, you need to feel you're obliged to basically make videos because it's cunty not to at that point. Tone, make boob reviews. That could have some legs. There are so many things on the internet that don't make sense to me, like people watching people eat, you know. I saw I stumbled on like a live stream the other day where there were these two guys shouting into the chat, for every donation you make, I'll put another elastic band on this watermelon until it pops. And people were there were more people in there that's in here now. And I was just thinking, this is fucking sad. There were like 50 people in there donating for this guy to add more elastic bands to a watermelon. We deserve a comet to hit the fucking planet. Frankie, you play the Switch 2? I love the Switch 2. I play it every day. I keep it secret so I don't sound like a geek. Yeah, I've had Donkey Kong Bonanza in there for a while, but I still haven't played it. I've just been playing Stardew Valley, so basically there was no point in me buying it. But I love the size and like the weight of it more than the Switch one, so I've been fucking with it. I love it. I'm an ass type of guy, but boobs are good too. I'm an ass guy too, Tone. Face, ass, legs, then probably boobs would probably be fourth. I don't really care about boobs that much. I mean, they're nice. Do bobs and ass reviews. Yes. Usually, your level of happy autism inspires me. They should never have given India Wi-Fi. That's a fucking great take. Is Stardew Valley a farming game? It is. It's really good. I know it sounds lame as fuck, but it's really good. A Nintendo Switch, Tim Denham. As you can see behind me, I'm quite a gaming. I grew up playing a lot of games. I don't really play them though. And Bodak can attest to this because he's seen them, and most of them face, legs, boots. Wait, Bodak, where is Os? Bodak, if you're not an ass, if you don't rate asses, then I'm afraid we might have to seriously reconsider this friendship. Personality is first for me. Go! I don't give a fuck about a woman's personality anymore. I used to feel that way. I don't even rank personality on the list anymore. They don't exist. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I've heard Farming Simulator is quite goated. The thing I like about Stardew Valley, I'm going to be real with you, is it kills time. So like a full day in Stardew Valley takes about half an hour, and you've got so many things to do. You got to go like water your crops. You got to go to the caves and mine for stuff. You've got to like interact with people. You got to go fishing. There's so many, but you've only got a certain amount of time to get it done in. That because it feels like you've got so much to do. Half an hour goes by like that. Perfect for traveling. So whenever I'm in the car going to work, that's a half an hour trip. Bam, done. And now I've got like a 18-hour plane journey coming up. I'm hoping you see where I'm going with this. Personality, arse, boobs, don't care about the rest. What is the rest? I'll tell you something I don't like, Tim Denham. I think people, I've said this before on my channel, and I'm going to say it again just so I'm nice and clear. Like the fucking channel. I like cute stuff. So if somebody has like ugly feet and ugly like hands, like big ugly hands, I'm like, I'm out instantly. And I don't even like feet. I think all feet look weird, but like if you've got big feet or like ugly toes, and I'm like, nah. Even if you're like a 10 in the face and body wise, then you've got some fucking hobbit feet. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. You tend to your digital garden when your house has a garden. I'm aware of the irony. It's not really about just farming though. There's like loads of stuff that goes in it. It's basically like a building simulator. Because you're building your farm, you're looking after animals, you're mining for resources, you're building different things, you're interacting with a different type, you're going fishing, you're collecting things in order to build up a community center. There's a lot more to it. I like I like legs and eyes too, Frankie. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, yeah, I'll probably do rate boobs above legs now that I think about it. It's face, ass, boobs, legs. You will not find personality on my list. They don't exist. They all become cunts in the end. There was a girl in my class at school that had webbed feet. I remember when we all saw it in swimming class. It was brutal, felt bad. But the thing is, shot here, there's going to be one freak in that batch who's going to be disgusting, and he's going to be home at night thinking about those webbed feet and knocking one out. There's someone out there for everyone. Can't say I've ever seen a woman with ugly feet. I 100% have. I've literally gone get out. I swear to God. I don't say get out, you've got ugly feet. I'm like, I feel sick. You need to leave. Or whatever excuse. How Asian a woman is boobs. That's it. That was almost a sentence, Idaho. Almost. I bet she outswam all your. Nobody said pussy. Y'all must be gay. I'm going to be real with you, Caravaggio. The one thing that pisses me off here is when people say pussies are all the same. They absolutely aren't. What I don't like, and maybe you boys can agree with me or not on this one. I don't like very flappy pussies, and that's why I like Asians. They don't have like these massive fold over flaps that you've got to like dig through to find where you're going. Nah. Does anyone care about her hair? If it's blonde, I don't care about I don't care about hair color. I don't. One of the freakiest women I've ever been with has been a ginger. She was fucked in the head in a magnificent way. I haven't really smashed a lot of blondes either, but I don't really fuck with whiteys. So I've smashed Asian blondes, but they're not like natural. So why does the topic always come back here? I'm really sorry. I'm not sorry. No one likes a flapper. I disagree with you. I've heard people say that they like that. I've had friends of mine saying they prefer like big foldy flaps. I find it gross. I like, you know what? I'm not going to describe it because I'm not very good at that anyway. But like, yeah, cat flaps are disgusting. Oh, they're ginger Asians. No, no. The thing is, yeah, we've spoken about this before. Yeah, like you want a woman, yeah, who's a little bit the perfect number of women to smash in is a 6 because they know they're not too hot, so they're more likely to like try to get their freak on, but they know they're not too ugly, so they'll show a little bit of that, a bit of confidence as well. You want the 5 to 7 range because after that, I've told you guys many times that the hottest women I've slept with have been the worst in bed usually because they don't have to work hard. Did you watch the Sydney Sweetie commercial about jeans? Did you like it? I have not seen that. Do you mean Sydney Sweeney? I haven't seen that. I don't know anything about Sydney Sweeney. I've never seen anything she's ever done, and I'm very grateful for that. Between you and Vinny the Guinea, I've got some amazing ways to talk about women. Flappers, grippers, gushers. We did talk about other stuff earlier. We always revert to this because it's just funny. I feel sorry for the ladies in this community. The ladies in this community are more based than some of the men here. Case in point. I'm going to keep bringing the topic back on something. I think we need to get a few people together and do a stream about putting rubber bands on a watermelon. Every time your fighter gets a strike, put a rubber band on there. Sounds awful. Frankie likes the Brock Lesnar's daughter types. That's not a lady, sir. And she 100% has a bigger dick than me. We all know that. Bodak, so do you not realize that the women talk, imagine what women talk about when we're not around. They go into like expressly disgusting detail. There is nothing more savage than an all women conversation because they say the most out of pocket shit to each other. And I'm not even joking. Oh, what's my fuck, marry? Oh, we've got a new fuck, marry, kill. Where is it? Fuck, marry, kill. Fuck me, Idaho. You make me work every fucking stream. Oh, I can't see it. All Asian women have pretty faces. What are you talking? Yeah, that's untrue. I can't see it. Idaho, would you mind? I'm sorry to ask you to do this. You lazy bastard. Would you mind doing it again? Thank you to everyone who subbed. I really appreciate it. Keep subbing to the guy. Let's bully him into being a creator because we love you, Tonke, and we want to see you do your thing. Okay, guys, you're falling into the trap that women fall into. Finding the perfect woman is the same thing as We don't need a perfect woman, Crystal. We just need you to shut the fuck up and not moan about every little fucking thing. I don't believe in perfect women. I don't mind having a dispute every now and then, or an argument, or a disagreement. I don't think any men believe in. I think you've got that wrong, Crystal. I'll be honest. You're very rarely wrong. I don't think any men believe that there's a perfect woman out there. If you guys can't be with the one you love the one you're with. There was a song made about that. Look it up on the internet. Don't they all sit in their PJs watching serial killer documentaries on Netflix when men aren't around? Sometimes with the odd pillow fight. That's what I thought as well. I thought they were all pillow fighting, talking about really lovely, nice topics. That's what I thought. Fuck, marry, kill. Bonnie. Oh my god. Bonnie Blue, Molly McCann, Maggie. Oh fuck. I might have to marry Margaret Thatcher. And you know I'm not fucking Molly McCann. Marry Maggie, fuck Bonnie Blue with about 10 rubbers on, and then kill Molly McCann. You've pulled it off. You finally managed to pull it off. You got me to envisage a situation where I would marry Maggie. Well done. Yeah, but Bonnie, I think Bonnie's father actually profits from her slaggery, from what I understand. Lily Phillips put UK on the map. Who the fuck is Lily Phillips? Do you mean the singer? Who the fuck is Lily Phillips? I don't know who that. I don't know who that is. I have no fucking clue who that is. You have to bang Bonnie Blue Raw or look McCann in the eyes. I'm gonna have to raw dog that dog. Do not underestimate my vicious hatred for Molly McCann. I hate her. I'd go in. I'd go in. I'd bareback it. Fuck it. Molly McCann is a train wreck. Can you imagine hearing that Scouse accent while you're fucking rooting her out as well? God. Yeah, at least you get a free kick. I mean, it'd be like sticking a chicken wing into a KFC bucket. But boys, learn the Kama Sutra and tantric movement. I'm all into tantric stuff, yeah, but the Kama Sutra, some of that stuff is just like, some of those positions are like, this is not fun. Molly McCann seems like the kind of woman who does weird things with her pet dog. I mean, yeah. I mean, that would be the least of the things I'd imagine she gets up to. She's just horrible. She's a scumbucket. She just is. She's just an horrible cunt. I've got an idea for a new segment as well that I'm going to be starting soon. It's called Out of Pocket, and I'm actually going to structure like topics and things that we're going to discuss as a group and then vote on them. So I've got a few like topic ideas that I've already come up with. Funnily enough, these came to me when I was in the La Familia in Barcelona. So I've got like a whole series of like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to handle like a topic or two every. I'm going to do a midweek stream and just have like a generic topic, and then we can all just kind of get into it. And I might even have somebody on and see if I can debate with that person on it. I know it's an idea that's been true and tested, but I think it would be quite fun. We can do like serious ones and then not so serious ones. But yeah, you know, like questions like, should you ever get married? Should you be willing to compromise in a relationship? Stuff like that. What would you do if your son was a bender? You know, things like that. You know? I think that could be quite a fun one to do. But or the Celtic love law, it's similar. Is it? It's bad that I don't know anything about that. Apparently, I'm not as professional as I thought I was. Apparently not. But yeah, I'm thinking doing a segment like that would be really fun. And then I could try and convince you, and then somebody else would try and convince you, and then we could vote on who's the winner or something. What is your favorite racial slur? The P word was the first one that came to mind. And then there was WOP. WOP is quite a good one. But I don't really get the opportunity to call anyone a WOP. I'm not a fan of the N word, I'll be honest. I've never really been a fan of it. Um, Spick is quite funny as well. Um, I don't know. There's a few, man. There's a few. Zip. What's zip? Oh no, you need to write these down because I'm not where I can. You need to make a segment called "Out of Pocket" or Out of My Pocket Aces." Because let's be honest here, I have out of pocket things to say about almost every topic. It would not find me very, very hard to find people who disagree with what my opinions are because my opinions are quite often fucked up. I only realized how crackers all right. I quite like crackers. P word is very British. I don't even use that word anymore. No, I never really used it. But I remember we used to when we were in school, yeah, I used to be like the only white kid. And they always used to take the piss out of me being white. And then we all used to take the piss out of everyone's countries. And then one day I called my Asian friend the P word and he laughed, but I didn't realize it at the time. He hated me for about 20 years after that. He legit thought I was a racist. A zip is a Southern Italian. Coon, I don't like coon either. It's not because it's for black people. I just think it's kind of, yeah. It's Paki. Gavy. Yeah, what? I just think when you say the P word, yeah, it sounds fucking vicious. It just does. And ironically, British people use the P word and direct it at Indians rather than actual Pakistani people. Zip is short for zipperhead. It's a Japanese person's slanty eyes. Yeah, like the N word for Indians. Indians get chucked into a lot of racial slurs that they've got nothing to do with, and fuck them, they deserve it. A pike, I've heard of pike. There's some great ones out there. Pajit is not that bad either. Pajit's, I don't think Pajit is that bad. Now we're getting into racism. Brilliant. Wetback. My comment got auto modded. That's how you know you've said something special. Pikey isn't the same thing as a Paki. It's not. Lurking dick is a funny phrase. Yeah, I quite like that as well. Moon cricket. That's superb. That is superb. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. There are no racist terms in Australia. No one cares. We're all wogs, gooks, skippies. I love what Australian people call a toilet. I walked around calling my toilet. I'm going to the dunny for like months after I watched Mr. In Between. The best insult will always be bellend. Yeah, you fucking bellend. We know this. British people have the best insults. OG P word goes back to the 70s. They used to go around P word bashing. 100%. They did. Yes. Yes, that word, Idaho. It's quite bad that when you said what's your favorite swear, what's your favorite racial slur, it's not that it's my favorite, but it's the first word that came to mind, which says a lot about me. Funnily enough, yeah, I can't really think of a lot of like dunny is a great thing to call a toilet. Great. I couldn't help myself. Like, I'm off to the dunny. It's just so addictive. Australian twang, yeah, is so addictive to speak. I think Australians are just genuinely just funny people. I find South Africans quite amusing as well. Like they're just funny fucking. They're real fucking salt of the earth lads. Like the Australians are the kind of guy you have a fucking Barbie on. Mr. In Between is goated. Wish they would have made another season. I'm glad they stopped it. Because the thing is, just like with anything else, the creator, who's actually the guy who stars in it, which makes it even more insane to me. He wrote it, directed it, and starred in it. He said he literally felt like he would just be making it for the sake of it, and that he didn't want to do it anymore for that reason. And I just had to take my hat off to him. I 100% would watch that show. I think I've watched it all the way through 3 times, maybe. I would 100% watch it again. Gypsies are not Indian, bro. I mean, I'm sure they can be categorized. There's some Indians that are categorized that way, but you're a fucking. I like Jippo. Ah, the old Jippos. Let's be honest here. Unless you're a sensitive little snowflake, yeah, racist. What do you call it? Like racist slang is just like racist slurs. Sorry, are just funny. You couldn't even make the in-betweeners today with all the gay jokes, like calling Neil. No, you couldn't. Mr. In-Between was not dog shit. It fucking was not dog shit. How dare you? What was dog shit about Mr. In-Between? Yeah, South African women are ride or die. They just are. They're ride or die bitches. Don't try to get racist with me. I'm ranked in these ends, Frankie. Yeah, fair enough. I'm pretty sure you know where I live as well. I mean, thanks to a certain somebody, like my name and number has been passed out to a lot of people. Roma gypsies are Indian. Tinkers travelers are Irish. Yeah, don't fuck with Irish gypsies. They're another level. You will get murdered. 2,000,000%. All right, guys. Well, I think I better wrap this one up now. Yeah, if you think Mr. In Between is shit, then you're a fucking idiot. JVD, you're a fucking idiot. With all due respect. Yeah, I think I better wrap this one up now. Because my throat is finished and I do have to travel tomorrow morning and I haven't packed yet, so I need to get going. I love each and every one of you. I will be back on Sunday. We'll do like a proper Sunday stream. We'll have the panel back up. We'll get the boys on. I don't have your name or number because I'm not a cunt. I'll send it to you later. I trust you. Oh, Scum was amazing. With you're talking about fucking Ray Winston. You need to be talking about. Wait, no, it wasn't Ben Kingsley. I'm talking bullshit. Was Ben? Hang on. Ben Kingsley was. No, he's not in it. I'm talking. He's in another movie that I've forgotten the name of. Yeah, he's not in it. I was talking about my arsehole. Anyway, back to this. I'll be here on Sunday. I really appreciate it. We're gonna have I'm hoping to have Simon Feck on. I need to shout at him. Who finished in your throat? Your mum did, sir. That bitch needs to get fucking tested. Because I'm dirty. Hang on a sec. Like I said, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. I'm 20 away from 1.2k, which is a sexy beast. Sexy Beast is the one. What a movie. Yeah, so thanks to everyone who turned up today. Really appreciate all of you. If there's anyone who you think is worth jumping into, if anyone's going live now, pop them into the subscription. Oh, sorry, pop them into this. Pop them into the chat and maybe show them some love. It's really nice to keep the community growing and to, that's why I mentioned Sexy Beast, because it was like it feels like a very similar movie. But yeah, I think I'm gonna bugger off now. Because I'm really running out. My throat's running out of juice. That's not zesty at all. Yeah, we'll be back on Sunday. Hopefully, it will be a good card, and we'll have a lot of stuff to talk about. But we'll bring up some of the topics I was talking about. Hopefully on Sunday. Shout out to Combat Casual. Subscribe to him. Shout out to Bodak Show. Hopefully, we can have him on again. And obviously, we'll have Brutally Honest MMA on, who's obviously major friend of the channel. So let's sort him out. We've actually just gone up in viewership just right now. So if you have somebody who's worth checking out, who's live right now, drop him into the. All right. Well, Westy's dropped one now. Who is this Westy? Let's have a look. It is S Dogs. Let's head over to S Dog. S Dogs is another friend of the channel. Shout out to S Dogs. So head over there. Dougie's Corner's been on a couple of times. It's just the timing's always fucked up. I can never get him to. I can never catch him at the right time. Bodax picks are up. They're on his channel. So if you go into his community posts, his AI picks were put up yesterday, I think. They're a bit dodgy, but you agree with most of them, so you won't find them dodgy. All right, as I said, guys, love you all. I've got to start getting packed now. I'll catch you all on Sunday, and we'll do a nice little panel, and we'll talk some shit. I will go live soon one day. Sniff, shout, Sniff. Will you come on Sunday, please? I would love to have you on again. So it'd be similar time to what I usually do, which will be about 5 a.m. I think in Vietnam. And I need to have you on for the Vietnam one because you'll sniff. And you'll come up with some good questions for me to ask the locals. So shout out to Sniff. Please come on Sunday. I'd love to have you back. Take it easy, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you for the safe travels comment. I really appreciate it. I love you all. I will see you again on Sunday afternoon. All right, guys. Take it easy. Much love.